my daughter said cunt today. She's 7. That's a new word for her, so it's an exciting day in our household. In fact, that's actually how my day started. So I wrote like this really great 6 minutes for you guys, but fuck it, I'm just gonna talk about my day. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Woo! I got a couple of drinks in you licensed therapist, so you're fine. So my daughter says cunt. My wife immediately blames me. Now, I was the one who said it. I know you think you gotta watch what you're saying with little kids around. Now, my daughter was in another room, and she's the type of person, if you go to her ear with a megaphone and tell her it's time for a bath, or it's time to put away your toys, or do your homework, she won't hear a thing. But if you say a dirty word in a 3-block radius, she knows every fucking syllable. Also, I mean, I was born with a disability. It's kind of hard for me to talk about. My wife knows about it. I was born and raised on Staten Island. And I spent my 20s during the Jersey Shore pandemic. I was fully immersed in GTL. Right? I was always tan, my hair was spiky, and I fist pumped to the point of tendonitis. Every other sentence out of my mouth sounded like a Sopranos audition. And my vocabulary expanded from poorly walnuts to Rocky Balboa. It took a long time for me to break out of this. But every once in a while, you might stub your toe and let out a fucking cunt! And that's when your 7-year-old's gonna come over and ask you, Daddy, what's a cunt? So I decided to go with, that's the word that only adults use, that's a mommy and daddy word, don't repeat it. I wish that's where it stayed, but we're gonna circle back to that in a minute. What walked in next is my stepdaughter. Now, my stepdaughter is older, and we just finished having the birds and the bees conversation a few days ago, so it's been kind of awkward. Now I found out she just started watching Euphoria. She has all new questions. So she understands birds and bees, but she goes, but what about the birds who identify as bees? Bees who identify as birds, cis pigeons, gender fluid swans, non-binary geese. So I did the best way a father could. I told her to go ask your mother. And then I canceled the HBO membership. And then I made my escape. I said, this is my chance. I'm going to take my daughter to school. I'm a very active parent. I like to pick up and drop off. I help out with homework. There are a lot of active dads in the room.
Yes.
All right, a few. And that's normal, okay? Moms usually take the cake with this. I noticed this during my kids' drop-off. So you bring your kids to school, and everybody lines up, and you notice influx of moms all over the place, right? And I realized it's all like high school. There's all groups and cliques, right? You have in the corner like grandmas who drop off their grandkids to school. Then you have sport moms, where all the kids are in sports. You have cheerleading moms. And you have these bitches in the corner who are from the PTA. I'm comfortable saying that joke because it's a comedy club on a Monday night. No, none of you are in the PTA. Now, not a lot of guys, right? So us dads, we stick together. Now, in my little group, there wasn't a lot of us. I was their king. I was the alpha dad. I tell you what, we all had different roles. Okay? First up was Tony. Tony was kind of like the all-American dad. On his first marriage, always wore a suit and tie, 401k, 2 legitimate children, completely his. He was always complaining he was going to be late for some meeting, complaining his wife couldn't drop off the kids, and he would usually complain to my friend John. Now John, we were friends with, but we kind of kept him at arm's length because John was going through a divorce. There's nothing wrong with that. But John and his wife Sally had split custody, and Sally's going through the whore phase of her divorce. Every other week, and she's dropping off their kid, it's kind of hard to invite John to the poker table when you're trying to poke his wife. And then there was me. Now I'm a stepfather. And I don't use this power to my advantage, but there's absolutely no quicker way to get the attention of a woman than letting them know that you have voluntarily signed up to raise somebody else's kids. I was king for a while, all school year. But then today, this fuck named Steve shows up. And his son. And they registered my daughter's class on June fucking 6th. And immediately, I see my top of the totem pole, like all the way down. Because Steve is a widower. Well, I thought there was no better way to get the attention of a woman than raising someone else's kid. Apparently, the widower is the way to go. Now I'm already upset, but I decided I'm going to be a bigger person. So I pulled him to the side and I'm like, Steve, listen, I don't want to overstep, but my wife is my best friend, and I can't do this without her, and listen, if you ever need anything, let's exchange information. No, I'll be there for you. I swear to God, he puts his arm on my shoulder this morning. He goes, buddy, let me tell you something. Fuck her. What? We were about to get a divorce. She backed out of the driveway. Boom, hit by a mail truck. I was never happy to get a bag of bills in my life. First of all, that's disgusting. Second of all, I'm not going to lose my title to a fucking hillbilly. And then I realized in my parade, there were two moms who heard the same thing. And I realized this is my chance because they don't realize that I realize that they realize what this guy said. So, I cut him off right there. I said, Steve, you son of a bitch, shut up. Let me tell you something about the parents in this community. We support our spouses. We provide a positive role model for our children. And before I can make another word, the whole schoolyard went silent. Everybody was listening to me and hanging on my every word, so I knew the next one had to be good. And I said, and my daughter in the back proudly goes, that's my daddy! And this morning he called my mom a fucking cunt. I'm gonna run. You guys can find me online at comedy.